Okay, carrying on with my addiction for chow. What I'm going to do, I'm making a papaya or Paw Paw Chow, as it's known in the Caribbean, Paw Paw. And it's this rather lovely green fruit. And on the inside you'll see it looks rather like that once we've cleaned it up. And I'll just take you quickly through that now. So I top it, tail it. And then what I want to do, I don't particularly like the peel on this one, so that is all coming off. Since I discovered chow and learned how to make it, I became rather addicted, and it seems to apply itself well to just about any kind of fruit. But in this one I'm trying it with Paw Paw or papaya, as it's probably more commonly known in Great Britain. First we've got to do is I peel it, and I'm not sure about whether you can leave the peel on this one, so I took it off. And I'm scraping out the seeds, and I found it easier to scrape them if I start from the stem end towards the tip, and they seem to scrape out easier that way. So scrape out the pith and the seeds, and then what I'm doing is I'm splitting it into quarters lengthwise. Now this papaya is maybe a little bit too ripe for this particular application, but I'm so addicted to it I'm still going to make it anyway. But you can actually use green papaya, fairly green, that's still white or green on the inside, to make this. What I'm going to do with each quadrant there is I'm just going to cut it at a bias into slivers like that. I don't want it to be too thick for this one. I want to get lots of that lovely seasoning on each piece, and I want to get that nice flavour. So I'll just cut up the rest, then we'll go through the rest of the ingredients. I work on the assumption that there's never enough chow in your house. However much I've got in the house, it always seems to get eaten up in no time at all. So right, let me just run through what other ingredients I've got. I've got that much, which is like about a tablespoon and a half of homemade Caribbean green seasoning. The link for that will be up above now, and that will take you to Taste of Trini's recipe. I don't think that one can be improved on, so I don't try. So go check that out, and then you'll know how to make Caribbean green seasoning. So into there goes, that's about 3 cloves of garlic. I like lots of garlic in my chow, and I made the mistake of not putting enough garlic in the last one I made. And also there's some fairly finely chopped chive or spring onions. They're going into it. And let's just get all that in, don't waste any of it. And in goes my Caribbean green seasoning. Let's get all that in there. Do it all on my thumb as well. I don't have any lemon juice or lime juice. I would probably prefer to put a bit of lime juice in this. So for a souring agent, I'm sticking with the exotic things, and I'm going for tamarind. And this is a tamarind concentrate. This is an Indian one, which comes in a paste, which I've just mixed with a bit of water. That is kind of tangy, and that's going to lend a fairly interesting colour. So that was about a teaspoon of the tamarind paste mixed with a little water. Now all that remains is to go down and dirty with this. And in my Caribbean seasoning there's plenty of pepper. So I'm just going to taste it. And if I was in Trinidad, I would be adding fresh pepper to this, but because I'm here, I'm going to have to add some hot pepper sauce to it. Let me try that. It lash. but it needs more pepper, so I'm just going to add some. And this time I'm going to add some of my homemade hot pepper sauce. You'll see a link to that above, or use your own, whichever you prefer. And I'm going to add to that a couple of generous teaspoons full, just to start off, and we'll see how that goes. I got a feeling this is going to be a good one. Let's have a taste. The tamarin's adding a really nice tang to that. I'm really glad I used it. Excellent. That's just about right for pepper and everything, because I've got to remember that my brother wants to eat this as well. And I think just for a nice little fresh kick, I'm just going to add a bit of my coriander to this. This is fresh coriander, or cilantro, or dhania in Hindi. And I'm not going to chop that up too fine. I want that to sort of decorate the dish as well as flavour it. There we go. So all that can go in. It's all good stuff. One last mess around, and then my gorgeous Paw Paw or Papaya Chow is now ready. Now, what I like to do with that is I like to leave that in an airtight container in my fridge overnight and let it develop some flavour, because tomorrow that is going to be awesome. If you have enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you would like to follow my channel, please subscribe, and be sure to click the bell icon to receive notification of all my upcoming videos. Thanks for watching.